Welcome back to Level Up TV at
Welcome.
levelupyourgame.net. It's the voice of Vor, and I'm Disrepute. And it's the IGL semi-final here. Coma versus nEu, map 2. It's going to be Purgatory. First map, Grim Dungeon's very close affair, just went the way of nEu at the end. So we expect to see more of the same, perhaps. Let's have a quick rundown of the teams. Malika, Essed, the King, and Redemptor for Coma. For nEu, Gooda, Empish, Bab, and Flash. Vor.
Sorry?
Vor.
What?
Comments.
Oh, well, I'll comment when I'm back. I'll be right back.
So it's going to be Purgatory. Again, just like the previous map, Grim Dungeons, we've got a double power-up scenario. At opposite ends of the map, Battlesuit one end, Quad the other. The red armour in that middle room next to the lightning gun, such a key area, but it's like a sort of heart of the map, pumping veins out around it or routes around the map where you've got to move out constantly. You can't just stand in that red room because it's so open to attack.
You should stop using metaphors. Someone could get hurt.
What? I couldn't hear what you said.
I'm not repeating it.
Oh. I have to watch back the VOD. So it looks like there's going to be a substitution, actually Dibby in for Bab. Just check the players quickly. Dibby, not exactly a bad substitute to bring in. Probably one of the top TDM players of the last year or so. And this is nEu's map pick as well, so they must feel pretty confident on this. If they take this, they will be in the final of the IGL. The impressive gaming league, that is. And I think it's Zeno versus 102 or Action. I'm not sure who actually won that match between the two that we're meeting in the final.
10 seconds. Excellent. Impressive.
That was a quarter-final game.
What was?
Action versus 102.
Yeah, I'm saying who won that.
Oh, I had to close the page.
Because it was going to be then Zeno in the other semi-final.
What's your problem?
Just trying to find out who's in the fight, who's on the other semi-final.
What, was this a semi? This is not a final?
This is a semi-final.
Damn it. I'm surprised they're not ready yet. It's almost like they're giving me time to eat.
Yeah, it's nicer than that, isn't it? Especially as I started the VOD already.
Yeah.
So just Dibby, who subbed in for Babvor, and Essed already waiting to ready up.
Prepare your team.
Here we
The
go.
balancing act. This.
Gonna
Have I
go
got
live.
my mic far enough away?
Let's
Not
switch
transmit while eating.
Redemptor off the spawn rocket launcher straight onto that rail position. Going aggressive and moving into this red area, which is going to be probably the key to the map of who can have the most effect on the reds. Not necessarily
Coma
get
have a
them all,
nice
but
start. You know, they've got lightning gun and LG, so... Oh, sorry, lightning gun and LG. Lightning gun
that's
and
good,
rail.
isn't it, too?
They got lightning gun and rail, so they
Second
have
red
real
pickup.
good luck with the first spawns of weapons.
And they get the second pick up the lightning gun as well, although Good has caught them out there.
Excellent.
He's now got the mega. We've got a quad time on the
What is
stream.
it?
It's a late one.
Teams
Tell me.
are tied.
57.
Wow, that is late.
Teams are
Pretty
tied.
late, and people could be caught out here. Good, of course, getting that last mega health is going to be counting down a lot of it. By that time, Malika on the other side of the map with the battle suit.
Yeah, not much health and armor for him though, and not really much weaponry either.
Can switch around to Gooda with this quad who has got a shaft in his hand. He's going underground here, looking for that mega health spawn, which of course he picked up the last one, takes out the king. Mega'd up to the brim
The brim? The brim of what?
of his mega. Does take out the battle suit, although it was pretty much run down anyway, so it wasn't too much effect. Oh, Redemptor coming in, takes heavy shotgun from him, Gooder, but managed to get the frag. Gooder's looking pretty good in the start of this map. Let's have a look at some of the scores.
Oh, you're funny, this. Really funny.
No, I didn't even mean that. He just does. He's got a 6 net. 1.1k damage, which isn't by far, in a way, the highest amount of damage. Obviously, he had the quad. Dibby underground. Getting that frag with the rel. And nEu taking a 10 frag lead now.
2 hits. Impressive.
Would you say
They have a very
nEu are
nice
favourites then?
Well, yeah, because, you know, this is their map pick, and a lot of
Subbed in
these players
Dibby.
are quite strong on this map as well. By Coma having, you know, as I said, a good start with what they had weapons-wise, and they haven't really made any use of it, and already nEu are looking really strong, so worrying signs.
Dibby underground here, almost gets caught out. He has got a mega to his name, 150 health. Gonna cycle away from him though. He hasn't really been involved in too much. Coma got
Yeah, he
3
hasn't done a lot,
players
really.
moving through, perhaps. No, they're going to back off, try and secure this battle suit. That's probably the wise thing to do. Following Malika at the moment. Oh, who was that rocket jump up by? SZ? What? No, sorry. I can't remember. Gooder moving in, does a bit of damage. Dibby picking up the quad here. Malika very weak with that battle suit.
And this is a real problem for them. They need to fix their suit setups because they can't keep having suit picked up by someone this low on health. He's no match for the quad. He can really do nothing at this point. There you go. Wasn't even killed by the quad in the end.
Yeah, following Dibby with the quad. Dibby hasn't really done too much with the quad either, though. Strangely kind of distant role he's playing so far, Dibby, but when he starts putting out the damage like that, that's when he becomes really effective. He misses out on the mega. Redemptor grabbing it right in front of him.
Look how much damage he's taken from him as well.
We'll look at the score. Dibby is the guy with a +5 net, 2k damage as well now. And that's all we've seen from nEu. These have been the guys right on top of this red. Let's have a look at the red pickups. They should, well, only 5 to 4. I was expecting it to be a couple more advantage.
Yeah, they've been contested is the thing. So they have been, you know, kind of 50-50 on who's been getting them because there's been a lot of fighting for it. Both teams have managed to have a good time on the red.
Flash in this defensive position. 2 of his teammates, well, 3 of his teammates there to support him. But we see the dangerous position that Empish was just taken up with the rocket launcher for the Coma attack. That window is such a dangerous area. You really need to keep that top corridor.
Yeah, where Empish is now, I assume we're still following him,
Yeah.
it's so key. I mean, if you control that area, then it makes not only attacks on the red so difficult, but if your team isn't holding or taking the red, you know, the damage you can do to red from that position is huge.
Long-range rockets from Empish there. Interesting choice.
They're your favourite of yours, aren't they, Dis?
They are indeed. What are they doing? What's this delay? The quads get massive delay, but the battlesuit, what are they messing around with?
Well, maybe they intend to go for battlesuit first in future.
No, yeah, I know, I agree with that, but I'm just saying the battlesuit was just standing around on its spot
Oh,
after being picked, so I'm not really sure
oh,
why
that's
they were doing
strange.
it. He's just having a little picnic. Oh, Dibby runs right into Malika. Great rockets. Almost takes out the quad, in fact. But Dibby does come out on top because of the stack he had, and then went really aggressive with Malika off the spawn.
Yeah, Dibby has his teammates also thanked there as well, because I think without the assist,
Excellent.
Malika would have had the better of him. You'd have to ask, where were Malika's teammates in this situation? Because Dibby certainly had the help he needed. Malika didn't.
Dibby moving out with the shaft. This upper corridor, clearing it out. There's a dangerous radar up above in the window. That's exactly what you're going to do as soon as there's a threat in that upper position. You've got to go and deal with it there. Dibby takes that SZ with the rail. does just somehow miss that little shot there. Not quite as smooth aim as we've seen in past matches, Dibby. Maybe needs a bit more warming up or something first.
Well, he's coming in cold for the second map, which can be a disadvantage. All the other players are at their best after playing the first, hopefully.
20 seconds till the battle, so Dibby in a good defensive position could just stack up in this last upper yellow. He'll be really nicely armoured up for it. Could do with a rocket launcher, or at least some kind of secondary closer ranged weapon. Ideally the rocket launcher, of course. Oh, nice! Does just survive that out. Did take the rocket damage, but he's rushing towards.
Double power up!
Wow, it's not looking good for Coma this map so far, is it? I mean,
not at all.
I'm surprised the score isn't a little bit further, to be honest. Of course, we saw this similar frag difference in the first map around this time period, but in favour of Coma, so there's always the potential it can bring it back in the second half of the map. Of course, the two very different kinds of maps. This is a more constant pace and rhythm to it, but you have to be dealing out damage pretty much the whole time. I don't even really think there are any viable secondary defensive tactics on this map.
That's a bit limited, isn't it, Dis, in your thinking?
Well, I just don't think there is, really.
Wow, there is.
I don't think you could.
Wow. Secret.
It's a secret, okay. It's like that secret room they can get into. Stack up. But only the 2 players know about it. Nice railing from Empish across the map there.
Once again playing this position we pointed out earlier, it's devastating to Coma at the moment.
Look at him hitting all his shots. The important thing about this position is you can keep... There's a couple of spawns very close to it. There's quite a few spawns very close to it. You can cover across the railgun. You get the rocket launcher pickup. There's shards and health there. You cover across the quad and the upper corridor as well. It's a very important position to play and have someone who's very effective at playing individually there. Rail is picked up by Redemptor, and we're looking at a quad spawn in a couple of seconds that he'll be railing at. SZ with the battle suit. Quad's been delayed. Gooder manages to grab it. Not too strong though.
No, not very strong. But the battle suit isn't either. Although the battle suit knows where he is, maybe? No, he doesn't. Doesn't fire any shots down towards him.
Gooder did a good job there. He got spotted, so he ran in towards the wall to kind of bluff like he was going to go up the bounce pad, and then just backed off as soon as he saw the rocket going up towards the bounce pad.
Oh, great rockets through the grating. Or the gaps, or whatever you want to say.
The pillars.
Are
Girders. How about that?
Beams.
Beams, yeah, maybe.
The things.
Excellent.
The metal columns.
Metalopolis.
Pulling flash at the moment. Rocket launcher shotgun can defend this red armor position for nEu. Got 100 frags now. There's nEu. 25 frags odd, maybe 30. Closing.
And the difference in red armor pickups is really starting to show now. Earlier we were surprised at how close it was, but now it's 15 to 8 in nEu's favour, and kind of reflected in the scoreline.
Wow, ridiculous spawn for flash.
It's not just their control of red, it's their control, as we pointed out, of the area above red, which they're doing a great job on. Really makes it so difficult for Coma.
So there are those stats. The yellow's pretty even as well on top of that, and the mega, so that makes the red armors a much bigger advantage. The difference between them. Gooder just denied the lightning gun there, though he did grab the red in front of his opponent, SZ. So that'll be the last one before the power-ups. Malika with a nice stacked battlesuit for once. Don't get caught up playing this
I
one
don't
guy.
really understand this. One guy, he could have been on top of the quad. Oh, but teammate.
Wow, he got a double power, but I think it's more of a let off the hook kind of moment rather than great coordinated play like, oh yeah, well, we're getting the quad.
Unless they were managing to just kill nEu at the quad, and therefore Malika didn't need to rush it.
You'd have to be pretty confident to call, don't bother coming to quad. We've got it sorted with a guy with like 80 health or something. And a rail only. Did get quite a few frags off that though. I mean, not too bad at all on that power-up play.
Yeah, I mean, score is back to 24 the difference rather than just over 30.
And getting in on the red maybe. I'll just see when it spawns if there's any kind of challenge towards it from nEu. Already they're challenging the red position, in fact. And they're, yeah, right on top of it. Like, nEu are really dead set on that red.
Look again, I don't know if you're following, but Empish is still in this area above red.
That's exactly where we're on.
He's really... I mean, it's not even really reflected in his own personal score, but can't really put a value on keeping this area under control. It's just so key on this map.
Again, just playing around this rail, usually you would have people timing it specifically on this map. So that looks like it's Empish's job, and he might not always get the rail.
And he might palm it off to teammates as well, but certainly seems to be doing well in that position.
Cycle around. Actually, I'm going to follow Dibby, who's at quality. He takes a rail, couple of rails, has totally lost his stack. Gooder bagging this battlesuit for himself. Got to be careful getting across this. Well, there could have been a better counter to. Oh my god, Redemptor! Teammate runs right in front of him. Blows himself up so that the quad's eliminated, and we just got a free nEu battlesuit running around. And the lead has built up to 35 odd again.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly didn't help that Redemptor killed his teammate and himself there. I mean, that adds difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not only a loss of quad, obviously you lost 2 frags, you lose any kind of momentum you had going into that area. Maybe if you fragged players being over, suddenly you're just really annoyed that you managed to blow yourself up and kill a teammate. Or you're annoyed with your teammate for running right in front of you.
Excellent.
Which option would you choose for? Annoyed at yourself or annoyed at your teammate?
Both.
Both, there you go, that's the sign of
It's
a
the
true
sort of thing
player.
you do to me as well. You'd run right in front just as I'm firing.
Yeah.
Just like in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah, except it's the opposite way around in Left 4 Dead, isn't it?
No.
So it's kind of kept around this margin. We've got 3 rounds of power-ups left to spawn on the map. There's plenty of time and power-ups to actually bring that score difference back. On this map, you could actually do that. It's hard to see it happening,
We've seen it done. We've seen it done, but it was, I had to jinx it, so I'm going to have to say right now, there's no way Coma can bring this back unless they get double power-up on all remaining power-ups.
Which would never happen. Right.
And that would never happen.
Okay,
so
that's
get ready.
There we go.
Get ready.
Let's see, exciting final minutes. Here we go. The King we're following. He's going to get this up for yellow. This could be good timing, actually, if he just rushes on top of it. Oh, he's just a little bit late for it, but he's doing well, he's not doing a great job on Flash in the end, but look at that. Look at the gap between the battlesuit and quad. It is enough to get there.
Yeah, and he didn't even rush there. Or do rocket jumps or anything.
Oh, battlesuit was just dispatched. Surprisingly, I mean, they kind of they killed it, and it almost had that split second where they were just watching his dead body and fall, going, "What?
What happened there? We can't believe this. How are we so strong?
We are amazing individuals. How are we not winning this map?"
Really annoying when that shotgun doesn't kill first hit.
So Vor, they've closed in the gap
They have,
by
yeah.
around 10 frags. So
well, it's down to 17. The difference.
here we go, Mr. Jinx. Or Miss Jinx, as we should say.
What?
Oh, come on.
Oh yes. I wouldn't say that's really a him or a her personally. I wouldn't know what to make of that thing.
It's a kind of racist doll, isn't it?
How's it racist? Because it's blacked up.
It's a black.
It's not racist.
It's black. It's blacked up.
Well, it is. It's like a You remember those things you used to get with marmalade? Gollywogs. Looks like one of those.
Anyway, how did we get onto that? 35
You started
seconds.
talking about Jinx.
It's actually like a 9-second difference between the power-ups. That's a massive amount of time, and I'm kind of surprised that both teams aren't getting there with all 4 players to the battlesuit.
No, I find that odd as well because, you know, you've just got to take that suit and go straight to quad.
And you've got 9 seconds to do it, which is more than enough time. You don't need to send half your yeah, you don't need to send half your team to defend the quad first. It just seems bizarre that they're making that decision. Both experienced teams like that. I mean, it might be just that they're doing a great job of defending like individual players and just killing half of each other's team. Here we go. Good with the battlesuit rush. Really. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 4, 3. Oh
no!
What on earth happened there? How did that even happen?
Well, it doesn't matter because Dibby's on the case disc and he's not.
Oh wow, really nice. Great drop down rail from the King. I'm switch around to Gooder then. Just gonna health up. Red armor's 5 seconds away. Might as well wait around for it. This will be the better job they can do here. Secure out this red. Going into the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, so they're looking fairly comfortable at the moment, barring a collapse on the magnitude similar to what Coma managed on the first map.
But in a vastly shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
Not the best LG ever by Gooder, but he does manage to pick up the red and survive it out with 1 health to the 50. That 25 is tempting, but it's a death trap going up the bounce pad at the moment until a teammate comes and helps you.
That's what it's all about. Team deathmatch. Working with your team.
Well, as said, just getting some easy rails away and good at it.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So a 30 frag difference going into the last power-ups in 25 seconds. We've got Battlesuit. They're not going to be able to do it now. And that means nEu, well, they're going to go on to the final, I guess. I don't know if there's a 3rd place playoff.
I don't know.
All comes down to that first map though, I mean, really, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, Coma are going to be kicking themselves for what happened on that map. Such a commanding position they had, and then to throw it away.
Wow, Malika picks up the battlesuit with 12 health. This is just...
This has happened now 3 or 4 times this map. Well, 3 times I can remember specifically. It just leaves him in a position where the yellow armor... Is that the yellow that he's next to? But, well, even if he gets 12 health, 50 armor, it's not going to help. Well, okay,
yellow,
so
no.
he's got no armor to work with then. And he's got 12 health, and this is very similar to that 1st and 2nd suit, or 2nd and 3rd suit, where it was Malaka again, and nothing to work with. It's just nothing you can do with a suit in this position, really. You can try and stay alive, but the chances of really making anything happen are pretty much slim to absolute 0.
Yeah, machine gun down.
You can't even fight a machine gunner, because he's just got nothing to work with.
Quad damage with Gooder. He's made sure he's got power-ups in this map, Gooder. In fact, he seems to be very effective at getting power-ups.
Maybe he's the designated power-upper.
That could very well be the case. I mean, generally you do need a player in the team who just wants power-ups. Because yeah, we've played in teams before where none of us particularly are bothered if we get power-ups, and then you kind of drop a lot of power-ups. And
well, hey, I used to want them all, and then we said, let's all share them.
Let's all share them. Let's all be happy friends and share the power-ups. 40 frag margin. And I think it's fair kind of result on that map, though. I don't think Coma ever looked really like they were close to challenging.
No. I mean, DM14 was a very close, exciting game, but really nEu just had far too much for Coma on Purgatory.